And this is a best of 3, so... Alright, here we go. So, game is 5 stages, pretty basic stuff. This is early Kirby. This was basically the trial run for Kirby's Adventure, which came out a year later for the NES. And so far, pretty good movement by both players. Mapler took a little bit of damage there on his way to the Warp Star, so we come to our first mini-boss, Poppy Brothers Jr. It's going to be 2 bombs automatically, and then we see what kind of RNG we get, and they're both getting the dance. That's an extra couple of seconds. So sometimes he gives you a bomb, and sometimes you get the dance. Unfortunately, both players got the dance here. So this sequence here, it largely depends on runner's preference, but you're going to basically see them do a couple of damage boosts and just and some lag reduction, trying to clear the decks a little bit. People had a little trouble with his movement there, going up and up. So our runners are actually synced going into the first boss. Mapler maybe a fraction of a second ahead. So again, with Wispy Woods, our first boss, it is RNG, RNG, RNG. So 3 apples, and now we're going to see what Wispy decides to do, and he gives 2 puffs of air to Mapler. Kiwis gets another sequence of 3 apples, so Mapler is off maybe a little bit ahead right now. About a 148 and about a 149, I'm going to say, for the 2 runners through Wispy. So World 2, again, a lot of little bits of movement early on, trying to avoid taking damage and keep your movement crisp and do whatever you can to reduce lag. So we come to the first mini-boss, the mini-boss of World 2, Lololo, and again, little bit of RNG on where Lololo pops up, but the effect is largely negligible. Okay, Mapler is going to go for the curry play, which is risky, but it can pay off. Ooh, Mapler taking some damage. I don't think that's what he wanted. So we'll see if he has enough to actually do some damage to Lololo and La La La. It's going to be close. Fortunately, did not get the pattern he was hoping for, but did take out Lololo. So, but Kiwi's got 5 hits and drops the boss. Mapler's a few seconds back on that. So, just like that, Kiwi's out of 314, and Mapler's out at about 318, so about a 5-second swing there. So we come now to level 3, which, along with having the best music in the game, will have both players, especially in this opening stretch, trying to optimize their movement as best they can, and Kiwi's doing a good job clearing the area and also getting rid of as many enemies as possible. Mapler, unfortunately, had got the microphone. That's going to cost a couple of seconds. Kiwi's having a little trouble, some movement there, loses a little bit of time. Mapler almost got hit by the spikes. So they're going to actually avoid the curry there, because that actually increases lag as you're moving, and given that you're avoiding enemies anyways, it isn't beneficial for you to grab it. So far, a pretty close race between our runners as we come to the third boss, Cabula, which has the least amount of RNG that actually really matters. I mean, the cannonballs Cabula fires can have an effect on your strategy, but with 6 and 5 health respectively, there shouldn't be any problem. They're going to go up close to minimize the amount of time between shots, and they're not going to be afraid to take any damage boosts here. so to speak. Nice job by Kiwis. Mapler's still working on Cabula, being a little tentative and actually trying to avoid damage, it looks like. So about a 5:05 for Kiwis. Mapler's going to be about 10-11 seconds behind. Or maybe less. Yeah, 5:14. So we got a good race so far. Through 3 levels. Mapler's doing a very good job holding pace with Kiwis. But, you know, once we get to Cracko, though, it really kind of turns... The entire race turns on its head and really becomes a lot about RNG. Kiwis trying to get rid of as many enemies as they can. Nice bit of platform by Mapler. Takes a damage boost there. Probably could have used gone for one of the kibbles for Sir Kibble there, but decided not to. So now starting to take some damage. So Cracko Jr. is a mini boss with no RNG whatsoever. It's gonna be the same thing every single time. So Kiwis is 1 hit ahead right now of Mapler. No problem with Cracko Jr. So Kiwi's going to become invisible there, kind of blend into the screen. Saves a little bit of time, and it looks pretty cool. On top of that, and you know, we're all about swag around here. You can look cool doing it. Well, Mapler not quite as clean going through the block. Kiwi's gonna have to use another curry to just, you know, gun through this, and fortunately, you just kind of have to do your best with the movement. So now we come to Cracko, and Cracko is basically got 3 moves: a dive bomb, shooting out a Waddle Dee, and shooting out these beams. And there it is. And Kiwis is showing not much love so far. Gotta get much love. Just only 1 hit ahead of Mapler. There's a nice pattern for Kiwis. Mapler getting so RNG right now. Now it's starting to turn a little bit. Now it's starting to turn a little bit for Kiwis. There we go. So Kiwis grabs Star. Mapler finally gets final Waddle Dee. So 8:15 for Kiwis. Mapler. Yeah, so a 10-second difference going into the final level. So, right, game like this, 10 seconds is both a lot and not very much at the same time. But they basically have to fight all 4 bosses again. Good pattern for Kiwis right out of the box. 2 good patterns in a row. Fortunately, did not get what he was hoping for the 3rd time around. Okay, there goes low, 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 and there goes la, la, la. So, looks like Mapler's getting a good run here as well. Nicely done. That's wasn't a great 3rd round. SlicedKiwis taking a damage boost to get to Cracko. He's down to 2 HP, so he's got to be a little careful here. Needs to kind of protect himself against potential damage. Not a great start for Kiwis. Finally got the first hit. Mapler gets his first hit on Cracko. So they're just about even right now on the screen. Now Mapler's actually in the lead, 3-4 on the HP. They got synced Waddle Dees. That's and synced again. there's the final Waddle Dee. So Kiwis is in the lead going into the third boss. He's going to go Wispy next. Saving Cabula for last. So we'll see how that goes. Ooh, nice job slipping past. Okay, so what's Wispy going to be like? Good opening pattern. No puffs. So Mapler's got a nice got about a 5 to 10 second lead right now on SlicedKiwis. A little trouble getting through top of the mini Cabula stage. Not quite sure what Mapler did to avoid taking damage. Maybe Chad can explain this, or Mapler can after the race. But Mapler, as you can see, is actually going for a more defensive strat against Cabula. Ooh, takes some takes a couple of hits there. First one might have been intentional, but Kiwi's got to be careful now. He's down to 1 hit. Mapler taking an intent. Oh, Kiwi's taking a death. So Mapler's got fresh batch of fresh batch on health, and is all set to fight DDD at full strength. But again, DDD, he can and will screw ya. And ooh, okay, so only 1 hit so far. There we go. All right, so 2 jumps in a row. Kiwi's underway with Cabula. So 6 more hits now for Mapler. The jump, so good RNG pattern so far for Mapler. He's 9 to 4 right now. Got 9 to 3. Mapler's got a shot here. And good, that's 2, down to 2. Jump, 1 more, and Mapler's got this. And scores. Mapler finishes with an official SRL time of 12:34. So Kiwis took an unfortunate death in Cabula, and that ultimately was the difference. So, great job by Mapler scoring the upset win over SlicedKiwis, who finishes the job with an official SRL time of 13:23. So, quite a first race in this best of 3. So, very nice job by both of our players. So yeah, Mapler set a PB by 40 seconds off that race, so goes to show you with a little bit of determination and grit, you can improve your time in this game very, very quickly if you're new to this. Alright, so getting situated here. It'll be another couple of minutes before we get on to game 2 of this best-of-3 match. Mapler scoring the upset win in game 1 with very good fortune and very good execution and some unfortunate RNG for SlicedKiwis and an unfortunate death to Capulet 2. Allowed Mapler to pull away with a pretty solid win, 1234 to 1323, according to SRL. So we're gonna hope that round 2 is just as compelling as round 1. Maybe we'll get a maybe we will go best of 3, and we'll have a rubber match after this one. So. Alright, so our runners are pretty much ready to go here, and we're gonna get started with game 2 of this best-of-3 series. SlicedKiwis looking to improve after an unfortunate endgame cost him game 1, and some very good execution by Mapler90210 nonetheless. So this will be interesting. Could we have a forced game 3? SlicedKiwis does come in as the number 3 seed with one of the top times in the Kirby's DreamLand community. Mapler at the 35 seed is more of an unknown commodity, but has shown a pretty strong play so far. So, runners are ready to roll. So, Kiwis, slightly better movement, the opening section, but it's negligible. So let's see how Poppy Jr. decides to behave this time. He gave them the dance the last time. This time, Kiwis does not get the dance. Unfortunately, Mapler does. As before, I'm gonna try and Kiwi's gonna take some damage boosts here just to get through some of this opening section. Usually see runners take anywhere from 2 to 3, depending. Maple only took 1, actually. Try and push ahead as quickly as you can. Kiwi's much cleaner this time around in level 1, I think, overall. But Maple not far behind as we come to Wispy. I think Kiwi's got all 6 apples first time around. Straight up, Maple got us Puffs of Air, and Puffs of Air for both of them this time. Kiwis is out first. They 140. Mapler looks like it's gonna... Ooh! 147. Unfortunately, some bad platforming there by Mapler. Actually used the microphone. That's unfortunate. So, Kiwi's about a second and a half, 2 seconds ahead. Get to the mini-boss. Ooh, Maple taking a hit there, but no problem. So both of them are going for the curry play, as they did in Game 1. Mapler got an okay results. Kiwis actually took 5 hits out of Low and La before so let's see how this goes. It's going to depend on their pattern. Oh, devastating strike for Kiwis. Finishes off both of them in one cycle. Mapler not so lucky. He's going to have to wait for La. So 304 for Kiwis. There goes level 2 boss for Mapler. But already you're seeing quite a different result from the last time, where both of them were actually running even for most of the way through. 319 for Mapler, which is actually only a second worse than Game 1, but Kiwi with a 10-second improvement compared to last game, so you're already starting to see the difference here. So Kiwi's about a room ahead at this point. Takes a damage boost there to get past the cannon. Use good solid platforming to get through the rest of the ship. So yeah, the 1-room lead remains as we come to Cabula. This is where in Game 1, Cabula 2 completely torpedoed Kiwi's run. Allowed Mapler to pull away. Kiwi's gonna stay up close and just hit Cabula at point-blank range. Problem. There go. Down goes Cabula. Mapler about to start his fight with Cabula. He's playing a little more of a defensive attack. 453 going into World 4. It's gonna be probably about a 17-18 second difference between the runners going into World. Yep. 511. So, but again, 18 seconds in a game like this, it's a lot and it's not that much because a lot of RNG still to go in this game. Anything can and will happen. Cracko on, basically. Nice run through the first 2 sections by SlicedKiwis. Mapler having a little trouble been optimized. Got the Waddle Dee as he was jumping. Nicely done. Thriller, you'll get no argument from me about that description for Cracko, but, you know, try and keep it friendly here. Can. Yes. So, no problem with Cracko Jr. For Kiwis. Mapler 3 hits, 3 cycles behind right now. Kiwis. Ooh, SlicedKiwis a little premature in grabbing on the Curry. Gets it back, and neither player should really be in any danger of Here we are underway in Cracko. Kiwis did not get great RNG the first time in game 1 in either Cracko fight. He's faring a little better right now. He's got a decent run going here. Three hits ahead of Mapler. Mapler is now down. Got 2 Waddle Dees in quick succession. That's 3 in a row. So Mapler actually going across the arena. That's pretty unusual to see. So going to be an 8:04 for Kiwi. So again, 11 seconds better than the last run. Mapler's just finished off Cracko. Now we come to the refight section of this game. Gauntlet, or whatever you want to call it. 8:21 for Mapler, so still a 17-second difference. Not that much. Nice double there from Kiwis. Took a damage boost, but well worth it. I hope for a double. Gets it. Nicely done by Kiwis. Got exactly what he needed. Ooh, Mapler actually, I think, swallowed that box when he really shouldn't have. That's unfortunate. That's going to cost him a few seconds. As Mapler, okay, took out La La La. Now he's got to deal with Lo Lo Lo. Kiwi's underway with Cracko 2. See how nice this is. He fared better than he did in match 1 on the first fight. See how this goes. So far, seems like he's getting about the same kind of level of RNG he got in match 1. But yeah, Mapler got really good RNG to stay within striking distance, and gonna need even better RNG against DDD to close the gap here. 2 down, 2 to go for Kiwis. Mapler's almost finished with Cracko. Needs 1 more hit. Cracko's not ready to go just yet. There it is. Kiwi's underway with Wispy. It's a couple of puffs of air. Oh, Mapler tried to go for the clip as he did in game 1, didn't get it. So that's an unfortunate death, and that's going to really set him back. Basically, he's got to hope for another disastrous Fabula fight to even get this back to somewhere close to even. here we go. Both of them fighting Cabula, but Kiwis is on his last fight. Mapler is got to deal with Wispy after this. Kiwis down to 2 hits. Should be more than enough against DDD. Ooh, ooh. Now he's got to be a little careful here. He took an unfortunate... I don't think that was an intended hit, so he's got to be careful. Mapler playing the safe strat this time. So it's 7 more hits after this. Ooh, not getting great RNG right now from DDD. There it is. There's a hammer. So 6 to go. Mapler's finished with Wispy. 2 jumps in a row for Kiwis. Down to 4. He's got to be careful though. Cannot afford a hit because he will very. Oh no, Kiwis! Kiwis has taken a death. Wow. Kiwi. So this is now Mapler's to lose. Got 3 hits to go now. Endgame has sunk Kiwis twice. Tried to go for the double, didn't get it. Here it comes. Last mag, and that is it. Mapler wins the match. 2 games to none with an official SRL time of 12:28. So quite an upset. The 3 seed has been bounced in his first tourney match. So we'll be going down to the losers bracket. And we welcome Mapler or Marche, is it?
Either Marsh or Mapler. Mapler's an older name, but I still have it for a lot of my accounts.
Okay, well, regardless, GG.
Thank you. Holy shit.
Yes.
That was back-to-back PBs with absolutely the best RNG I've ever seen in this game.
Yeah, the RNG was pretty generous for you, and some solid execution overall, and some bad late game mistakes by Kiwis gave you the opening in both matches, and you ran with them.
Yeah, I think I put on the stream after the second race, and I think I saw him dying. Like, I don't know how much delay there is, but it looked like he died at the end of the fight or something. He
died at the beginning of DDD. He was like at like 7 or 8 hits to go.
Okay.
He was down to 2 HP and got hit very early in the fight. I think he was going for a damage boost double hit and didn't work, or hoping for something like that and didn't get it, and then he got inhaled like 10 seconds later.
Wait, so he went into the fight with 2 HP?
Yeah.
Oh geez, if I have less than 3, I just like deliberately take damage on whatever the last boss is, usually Kabbalah, and then just die to DDD immediately.
Yeah, yeah, I know you did that in game 1, and that worked out pretty well, but you were in pretty good shape anyways, with, because he died to Kabbalah.
Oh, jeez, okay.
In game 1, took a couple of unintended hits along the way, and kind of, see, I think he had trouble with Lolo and La 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 in game 1, and that kind of put him not exactly behind the 8 ball, but put him, I think he took 2 more hits than he intended, and that really just set the whole stage, and it just didn't get, the situation didn't really lend itself to, for him, so, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, but, no, in the second game, I took damage against, I think I also took 2 hits against Lolo and La La La, and
yeah.
it worked out that I didn't have to worry about it because I missed the Gordo skip anyway, so it reset my health. But
right, yeah, I hadn't seen that before, so that's a pretty tight window, is it?
Aegis said that it was a 2-frame window. I have no idea if that's true. I have no idea. I don't know if the method I'm doing is the same one he was talking about either. Because I remember that there was a Gordo skip from Mug's extra mode task, and I just randomly tried something to do it, and it worked. So I've just been doing that ever since.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know you did it successfully in game 1. Game 2 you tried, it didn't quite work, but luckily that wasn't quite as damaging as it could have been, and it all worked out for you anyways. Yeah,
I was really debating whether I should have gone for it, and that might have actually kind of messed me up on doing it anyway. But I mean, I still PB'd with that. Like, sure. That was 2 crazy runs. I stopped my timer late on the last one, so I think I'm actually close to like a 12:24 or something.
Yeah, I think chat was saying like 12:26 or something, but they can look at that later. But
yeah. I'm not sure I trust my live split right now either, though, because I don't think it's ever even remotely lined up with my SRL timings. So,
well, it's never exactly 1-to-1, but yeah, it's like, and as you say, with a PB with plenty of little bits of improvement you can make. I mean. Level 2, had a couple of hiccups here and there. Not great RNG with Poppy. Level 3, right. a little slow out of the blocks, but kept going at it.
For Poppy, in level 1, I literally just figured out a minute for that during my warm-ups for this, and I missed it both times.
Yeah.
I just completely screwed up the movement. I think I got hit in the second race or something. No, I got hit in the first race.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Right, but so coming into this, what was like the one thing you were really trying to work on or try to get as optimized as possible? I mean, obviously the Gordo skip, I gather, but was there anything like specific you were also working on?
The main thing was so the 2 stages where I didn't feel like I had a good gold split for basically were Kabula and Cracko. Kabula was just because I always screw up the movement. Like, I always confuse myself in the middle of the water sections and do the wrong water sections movement. Cracko, I just usually die during.
Right.
I think I don't think I died during either of them.
No.
Yeah, so that's actually a first for me. So that was probably where the majority of my time save came over my original PB coming into this. And then also, my Cracko luck was just stupid good. All 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely kept you in range. He didn't have great Cracko luck in either of his first fights. He did better in the second match. In game 2, his Cracko 2 fights, you 2 were probably about even as far as your luck went. He might have been a little better in game 1. You might have been a little better in game 2. I'd have to review the tape, but overall, he was 17 seconds ahead coming into into the final world, and actually was cruising, got a great Lolo and La 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 fight, but then DDD just kind of completely torpedoed him.
Oh, jeez.
And but the way it goes sometimes, right?
Yeah. That's one of the things I really wasn't sure what to expect when I came into this was just how much the RNG would swing races. And I think this is probably the best example of that.
Well, it was. I think it was more a combination of just end game results more than anything. He had 2 deaths, one in game 1, one in game 2, and both of them, especially the Cabula one in game 1, was extremely costly because he died to Cabula, so he had to do all of that over again. And you got
that's a big one actually.
And dying to DDD, just to get a reset on your health, not great, but
right, that's only like 5 seconds or so.
Right, and I don't think his DDD luck in game 1 was particularly good either.
Yeah, my game 2 DDD luck was, I think, the best I've had. I think all of my Crackos were better than average for me, and DDD game 2 was just nuts.
Right.
I think he did like 2 wasted attacks, and like a lot of them were jumps. So if I knew double hits, I think that would have been an even better pattern.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Using this as kind of a springboard, you're looking at a pretty good baseline for the future, I'd say.
Yeah, no, that's those are all, I think, pretty good splits for me. So I think going forward, and especially with the with the RNG in that second one, I think all of my time save feasibly is just going to come from just better movement, and maybe I guess the one place where I could get a little luckier is in Low 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 and La 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 in stage 2, just like actually getting the full curry kill instead of just one of them.
Right. Yeah. Well, congrats and GG once again.
Thank you very much.
This is the only Kirby's DreamLand race scheduled tonight. Got plenty coming up this weekend for those of you who like your Kirby's DreamLand. On Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, S Diesel, who's also playing in my tournament, is going to take on the 2 seed, the Great Todd Man. So stick around for that on Friday. And then Saturday, we've got 4 races punctuated by the top speed Speedman playing LOZ Player 89 at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. So keep an eye out for all these races on Speed Gaming, and keep an eye on the schedule. And thanks again to Speed Gaming for hosting this, and congrats to Mapler for a strong 2-0 win over SlicedKiwis, and GG's to SlicedKiwis. I'm sure rebound and come back stronger than ever before. And thanks all for watching, and have a good night, everybody. See you all soon.